Hello, everyone. My name is Janel Davis, and for the upcoming 2022 to 2023 school year, I will be tutoring physical science for 8th grade students at eXtend Homeschool tutorial. So just getting into the actual course and the materials needed. So you'll need the physical science 3rd edition textbook, and it's no longer hardbound, it's the softbound, so you want to be careful with that when you purchase it in order for it to last throughout the year. Along with the physical science textbook is the physical science notebook that will also be required for the course, which is spiral bound, as you can take a look as well. You would need to be careful with this, but it's a great book in a sense that it lays everything out, and everything that they need in terms of as they progress through each of the modules will be right here in the notebook, so they can take their notes here, they can put their definitions here, which will be a great help to them. So Apologia's Physical Science Exploring Creation with Physical Science 3rd edition consists of a total of 15 modules. And with each of those 15 modules, or within those 15 modules, is chemistry. So we'll be talking about properties, states of matter, atomic structure, periodic table, chemical bonds, reactions, energy. We'll move over to forces and motion, light and electricity, as well as magnetism. And so we'll end up where the modules close out with the Earth and the Earth's atmosphere. And so this particular course is listed for the 8th grade class. However, if there are those students who are able to excel and to keep up with the work, they can also, we can also add 7th grade if the person or the family or the parent teacher believes that their child can do the work. It does have some equations within the assignments or the text. So as long as they've had some familiarity with a pre-algebra or algebra, they should be a little bit of algebra, not a lot, but they should be able to deal with the equation. So 7th grade, as long as they're capable of keeping up with the work, and you as the parent teacher can decide if your student is able. The other listing that, or I wanted to specify, is that for those students in the 9th grade or 10th grade who'd like to take the physical science course, that is available to them also, and you can register for the class keeping in mind of the other classes that are there within the schedule so that it doesn't conflict. Okay, what will students need? So whenever we have our class, you will always need to have your textbook and your notebook. And so for those days that we are doing labs, we'll have lab sheets, so you'll need a 2-pocket folder to hold those lab sheets. So the typical supplies in terms of writing tools are pencils. You could use Crayolas or markers, or colored pencils or scissors. So if you prefer more of the colored pencils, that's just fine, but make sure you always have a pencil ready and available, scissors and glue with you as well. And so what guides the course? Of course, we at eXtend, as we contract with eXtend, we have assignment sheets that we give out to the families. And so those assignment sheets are more of an overview of what the course is going to be like. And as we cover the modules week by week, the assignment sheets will be listed out by a quarterly basis, and it's an overview of what will be covered in the class. But Google Classroom is where all of the assignments and the due dates will be posted. And so those are hard and fast, and you can always refer to that. And so as students are invited into Google Classroom, they'll be able to track their progress. They'll be able to see what assignments are missing, what assignments complete. Parents will be invited as guardian parents so that they can oversee or have a summary at least of what their students are accomplishing. So nothing should be catching you by surprise as you go throughout each quarter. So keep that in mind. Assignment sheets will be issued as an overview, so you'll have a general idea of where I'm headed, but Google Classroom will dictate and show the due dates for all of the assignments that are for physical science. And so student expectations. And so the days that we are in the building, students are expected to arrive to class on time. On those scheduled days. Remember, I only have 2 days of opportunity of teaching with them on the Tuesday and the Thursday. And so we want to make sure that for in-class instruction and labs that they're able to get all that they need to, because you're with your family or your parent teacher during the rest of those teaching days. And so keep that in mind. And so as you are a part of a science class, we also want to make sure that science rules are followed, especially when we're conducting labs. And all of the information and the rules will be told and posted so that they'll know exactly what is expected of that student for activities that require safety, so that all are safe and we're able to perform our experiments clear and no one's injured. So in terms of behavior that's in the classroom, expectations for the students is you want to demonstrate Christ-like behavior. You want to be respectful towards one another. You want to make sure you raise your hands, or even if you're not raising your hand and you're called on, you're able to act respectfully and be able to answer those questions. And so when we're in class, I ask that no additional electronics be out unless there is a discussion between the parent, teacher, and I for your use of that equipment for your homework or assignments. So I realize that some electronics are used to take notes, but not for any other activity, so that we're able to stay focused on our classwork. And so what happens when those rules are broken? I'll speak directly to the student. If that doesn't work, then I will go to the parent, requesting assistance from the parent. And if that does not work, then we'll move forward to have the parent, maybe if it's an opportunity for you to come and view the classroom so you can kind of see how it's set up. So you're there with your student to help with the behavior. And then lastly, the fourth time we'll have to go before leadership. And so that's just to let you know. So again, emphasizing the fact that Google Classroom will be what we'll use to upload our tests and our quizzes and our assignments. And so from a week-to-week basis, we will do for the most part, we'll do our testing at home, and it will be proctored by a parent teacher. So it'll be very important that a parent is available to proctor the exams. I would ask that when the parent is uploading the assignment, that those assignments are signed off by the parent, because I just want to make sure that we are honest and thorough, and we're making sure that the child or student is advancing forward in terms of what they're learning in physical science. And so with that said, our activities will be hands-on. They should be able to complete the textbook work at home if there's reading that's required in order to be ready for a lab or for an assignment. All of that would need to be accomplished while they're at home, so that class time is most beneficial for hands-on work and labs and games. And so just to emphasize that, so be prepared, be attentive, be cooperative in class, and participate in class and activities in an orderly and respectful manner. And make sure that you complete your assignments on time. So as we're talking about that, I do realize that things come up, but students are required to have their assignments turned in on time. So all assignments are due by the date that they're posted in Google Classroom. And so you'll have to note that date for a last turn-in date. No more assignments will be allowed to be turned in after we pass that due date that's specified in Google Classrooms. And so for the most part, assignments are given a 2-week time period, but after that, those assignments will not be allowed to be turned in. And so keep that in mind. And as we get to the end of the quarter, we don't want to take grades all at once. We want to make sure that all of the work is turned in so it can be graded, and you as the parent teacher can be fully aware of how your student is doing in that class. And so assignments will again be regularly communicated to students so nothing catches them by surprise. And please do remember that Google Classroom is how we'll run those assignments or drive those assignments in terms of their due dates or what are required. So I so look forward to you if you want to partner with me this upcoming year of school year 2022 to 2023. I look forward to working with you. I have worked in science classes before. This will be my first year teaching the physical science class, but I'm looking forward to it. And I hope that I can answer any questions in terms of communication. For me, email is first and then texting would be a second preference. And so just keep that in mind as you're reaching out to me. I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions, but just give me some time. So email would be the first form of communication. And then secondly would be texting. And so again, physical science, exploring creation with physical science, 3rd edition, and the notebook. I so look forward to working with you and your student if you choose to partner with me. God bless.